Oh, Lord, the sun behind me has a little bit of a glare, but you guys will be okay. So, hi guys! Welcome back to Journey with Tristy, and God, where to start? I know I've kind of fell off on the keeping a schedule. Uh, the past few days have been a living hell. That glare is bothering me. Like, I have to fix that. Alright, but anyway, so like, who cares? There's a glare behind me. It looks like it's about to storm. Like, seriously, look at this. Like, the sky is looking hella crazy right now. Kind of matching my mood. Apparently there's a storm coming. But anyway, so God, I think the last time I recorded was almost a week ago. It's been an insane week. The only good thing that's came recently is I found out that since my car was from Texas, I'm exempt for a year as far as inspection, so that saved me royally. Saved me a lot of money. Cost me almost $250 to put it on the fucking road and get a plate and all that. Not too happy about that. Was not expecting it to be that expensive. I actually think it would have been cheaper if I would have just fucking put it on the road when I was up home. Got this lovely little ring out of a 50-cent machine. Like, I love it. I'm in love. Everyone that knows me knows I love moons. But anyway, so yeah, Wednesday I'm leaving work and I was headed to the insurance company to pay my insurance, and then I was going to go over to the DMV to get my license plate. So I'm driving down this road near where I work at, and there's the end I work on is a 2-lane, and once you get like maybe 3 miles up, it goes down to 1 lane. And long story short, as I'm getting up to where that right lane ends, you know, there's a car beside, well, a truck beside me and a van behind it. So I sped up a little bit so the guy beside me could get over, because I really did not want to be behind him. And the lady behind him just like zips over and like gets right on my ass. So we're riding along, and within like the 1.5 miles before we get to the first red light, this bitch has almost hit me like multiple times. Like, she's swerving, she keeps getting like this close to my bumper, and I'm sitting there listening to music. My windows are down. This bitch puts her head out the window screaming at me. So I've started to record her. Once we get through the light, I turn my phone on and I start recording her. Now, mind you, this road, once you get up past this light, it's like a bunch of housing developments and curves just like this. I'm in the South. They like curves. I don't get it, because these people are too stupid to drive on these fucking curves. They can't fucking drive on straight roads. But anyways, so driving along, recording her. Like, I even put my phone out the window to try and get a better view of her car, because I was in selfie mode instead of being smart, which I did afterwards, and put it in regular view and just turn it around and use my rear view in order to make sure I was recording her properly. So we go through those curves. She's literally almost hitting me. It's 45 through there, but through some of those curves you have to do like 30 if you can't drive. And the people down here like to break through these curves. So like, if there's people in front of you, you're not going to be going the speed limit. There's no getting around it. So it's between the two lights, it's about maybe another 3 miles, 2-3 miles. I'm bad with distances, but we're just going to guesstimate. So I stop at the light and I throw the car in park because I thought she hit me, because she's literally like this far from my bumper. I get out and I'm recording and I'm like, ma'am, like, is this necessary? Like, is this necessary? Like, what are you doing? She gets out the car. This bitch is like 4 times the size of me. Body slams me. Says that I put my hands on her. And I'm like, ma'am, you need to just calm down. So I back up and try and get it back in my car. She's swinging on me. I'm trying to get back in the car. I get back into my car. My door's still open. She slams my door shut on me, gets in my window, and call me a fucking bitch, tell me she just came from Charlotte. She hasn't been behind me. And I'm like, thinking to myself, so you miraculously appeared from Charlotte to where we are and just miraculously was behind me, and you aren't the car that's been riding my ass for 6 miles. I'm like, ma'am, you've almost hit me multiple times. Like, you need to calm down. This bitch smacks through my face and smacks my phone across the car. So then she gets her fat ass back in her car. And yes, I'm going to be that person. I'm going to call her a fat ass, and I'm going to be a little fucking, you know, mad because this bitch is fucking nuts. So I get back in the car. I'm shaking because my nerves have already been shot. I've been having like a really, really bad week as far as just like my anxiety and stuff. Like my stomach's been messed up. I've been a little off balance. A lot off balance. But anyways, so I get back in the car, I dial 911. She follows me up until we get to the next light, which is like another couple miles. She's like literally on my bumper. She's swerving. She's out her window yelling and screaming. At this point, I'm on the phone with 911. Sorry, there's a mosquito trying to get me. Haha, I won. But anyways, so driving along, you know, 911's like, well, ma'am, where are you going to pull over at? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to get this woman's license plate number. You know, what good is it to do me, you know, to call you guys if you are not here, for one, to stop her. There's no cop in sight. Two, you don't know her license plate number. And granted, I got her face right up in my camera like this. Like I could see the boogers in her nose. That's how close she was. So I'm like, you know, I need proof of who she is. I'm not going to let someone put their hands on me like that and not let them have to deal with the repercussions of their actions. Now, I never went after anyone like that without a reason. The old me would have ran her over with my car. As soon as she came up on my door, I would have slammed the door shut, fucking threw that bitch in drive, fucking skirt backed up and ran over her big ass. Like, the old me would have done that. The old me would have fucking stabbed her in the face with a fucking pen in my car. Like, I'm glad I'm not that person anymore. It's not worth it. It's a waste of energy. And to be like that, there's something wrong with you, not the person that you're aggressing towards. Like, is aggressing even a word? Well, anyways, when you act like that, the issue is you. There's something wrong with you. At the end of the day, if you act like that, the problem is you, not the people around you. Now, granted, there are those exceptions to that rule. There's another damn mosquito. This is why I don't film outside. But I was feeling it today. Who got that one too? So, we're just going with the flow. But anyways, so, you know, if that's how you act, it's something with you, you know. And like I was saying, there's those slim pickings of times that it can be a person who has pushed you to that limit. And there is times and places where if someone pushes you to a certain limit that you should be aggressive and you should react. You should protect yourself. But everyone that I've told this story to was like, well, I would have hit her. And I was like, for one, I had a migraine. I was sick to my stomach. Like, it was literally taking the life out of me to get through the workday. And then I still had to go pay my insurance and go to the DMV. Mind you, I get off at 3 o'clock and I got to do all of this before 5 because, you know, the DMV closes at 5. So I'm like, for one, I didn't have the energy to fight someone. 2, I don't know if she's on drugs. 3, I don't know if she has a weapon. 4, I'm by myself. We're in the middle of like a heavily traffic, I can't even talk, a very full of traffic area. I can't even talk right now, but the traffic was heavy. Okay, it's a very populated area where I was driving through. There's a lot of fucking people, and no one got out of their car. No one stopped. No one else called 911. No one gave a fuck. And that right there is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I feel like we've become so detached from each other that it's like, unless you're going to record me for World Star and put me on the internet, no one gives a shit to even pay attention to what's going on. And the only reason the people behind us were mad was because the light was green and I was still dialing 911, making everybody have to sit. I was to the point that I was like, you know what? If no one's going to get out and help me, I'm going to hold everybody the fuck up. So the story gets better. We drive off and, you know, we go through this one intersection where when you get to the end of this road, it turns back into 2 lanes and then you're turning left onto a highway. So, you know, it's like 2-3 lanes through there. So she's still behind me, still trying to hit me. Well, I noticed I was going to go straight down the interstate instead of turning right to go where I needed to go. I was going to go the long way to go where I needed to go. So she goes to ease off into the turning lane. So I'm telling the lady on 911, hold on, I got this. So I slow down, I get behind her. Well, we're pulling up on like a Walgreens and stuff. And she's like slamming on her brakes. I know she's the type, now she's in front of me, so she's going to try and make me hit her. But guess what, bitch? I can drive. I can drive. Nice try. So she starts to pull off. I get her license plate number. She pulls into freaking Walgreens or whatever. And I go like down the street or whatever. And there's like this little pull off. So I kind of try and tuck my car in behind like a truck or whatever. So I'm sitting there. This bitch comes back out of nowhere and tries to T-bone my fucking car while I'm on the phone with 911. Like, straight up sitting there on dispatch. Like, hey, bitch, can y'all get somebody out here? This is where I'm at. Like, she's literally trying to ram her van into the side of my car, and she's cussing and screaming at me, telling me to follow her to her fucking house. She's gonna beat my ass. And I'm sitting here like, bitch, really? You think I'm gonna follow you to your house? Gotta be on drugs. Or just good old, I'm not gonna say it, I'm not gonna be that person and insult the Southern intelligence or lack thereof. But there's a mass quantity of people down here that have no fucking sense, no brain, they're dumb, the educational system is shit. So there it is, there you have it, I said how I feel. But anyways, so she drives off, and the dispatch lady is like, well, ma'am, where are you gonna go? And I'm like, well, I'm sitting where I said I'm at, but I was like, I'm gonna drive, you know, like not even a quarter mile back to McDonald's. I'm gonna sit at McDonald's, so I'm somewhere where, you know, there's people. And as I'm saying this, I'm like, never mind, a cop's pulling up right now. So the cop gets out, and I explain to him, for one, I know my plate's out. It was a transfer plate from New York to North Carolina. It went out like the day before. I was like, I'm trying, like, I just got off of work. I was trying to go over to pay my insurance, then backtrack to go to the DMV to get my plate. He's like, oh, I'm not worried about that, da-da-da-da-da. I tell him what's going on. You know, he gets my license plate number. He gets the information that I get, or her license plate number and all that. And then I show him the video. Another cop pulls up, and he's looking at the back of my car, and I already know what he's going to do. So he walks up, and he's like, ma'am, are you aware your tag's out? And I'm like, yes, I just told him that I am on my way to go pay my insurance. My insurance was due yesterday. You know, like, I'm going to pay my insurance. I just got paid today. I'm going to pay my insurance, and then I'm going to get the plate for the car. This is holding me up, like, and I'm shaking at this point because, like, my nerves are shot. My anxiety has been through the roof. I'm totally off center. I don't know what's going on with me, but I can tell you I don't like it, and I can't control everything, and that's part of where I need to grow at, realizing I can't control everything even though I want to. I feel the need to. Oh, and hubby is home. So with that said, my week's been shit, and stay creaturistic, and we'll see what the next video brings. I'll tell you guys the rest of the story.